Making a video for something entirely different, and I thought, what am I doing? The springers are dying. I need to do something to make people remember how awesome these things were. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. My name is Bazookified. I've had a YouTube channel for ages, and I like springers. And it always seems like I see a lot of love for electronic blasters, and they're great in their own right. I do like those as well. Flywheel driven stuff, rapid fire things, the new belt feeding hyper fire type stuff. They're all great. But every time I use one of those, I find myself going back to springers, and not just any springer. I find myself going back to the Alpha Trooper CS12. This was released a couple years ago and originally released in 2010 as a regular N-Strike blaster. You'll notice Hasbro's awesome attention to detail there. They managed to etch in CS12 instead of the original CS18, so they changed that in the mold, but they didn't bother to put Elite through this little logo down here. Great job. But nitpicks aside, this is probably one of the best springers Hasbro has made in a long time, and here's why I think that. The first, it's direct plunger, so the first one that they made was reverse plunger, so not quite as powerful. Direct plunger is more efficient. The second, springer blasters in general are, I think, quieter to use. Every time I use a noisy flywheel system blaster type thing indoors, I kind of lose that element of stealth, which is kind of important, at least in the games that I've done with friends. You don't really need a switch force select fire because this one has slam fire, which is the caveman's way of doing select fire, but hey, it works. And speaking of working and cavemen and all that, you don't have to worry about losing power midway through the game or with a voltage drop in a long duration battle or anything like that, because you're the power. So if you get tired, yeah, the blaster's going to slow down, but it's never going to stop working. You don't need to spend money on other LiPos or rechargeables or anything like that. It just works off of you. And works quite well, if I may add. This one has an Orange ModWorks Stage 1 upgrade in it, I believe. I can't remember the stages or whatever they started calling them. It's been a while since I've used this guy. I did a review on this ages ago, and it is still one of my favorite blasters to use because of how reliable it is, the great performance it gets, how easy it is to use. I've hardly had any jams, and you still have a dart storage in the bottom that every time I see a new blaster, I mean, you got this nice ergonomic grip as well on here too, but I just miss having an extra dart in there, so that way when you're SOL, or you think you're SOL, and you're out of ammo, you can always pop an extra guy from here and just go for it. Or you can even just breach it yourself. That's good too. I've done that before. Actually, I've fooled a couple people doing that in indoor games before. But yeah, Elite Alpha Trooper, awesome blaster. These came out originally when like Target had their brand exclusive one. They had the original Alpha Trooper CS18 in yellow. Then Walmart had that Spectre Rev 5, the little 5-barrel guy with the flimsy stock, which ironically they put on this guy several years later in the Elite orange version of this blaster. So that was kind of funny to see that. And then what did Toys R Us had? Toys R Us had the barrel break. That awful, like, folding front double-barrel shotgun. The only reason you bought a barrel break, if you haven't found one yet before, is because you wanted the 8-dart holder that went onto a tactical rail. That was literally the only redeeming point of that. And my neighbor's dogs are out now, yay. But yeah, if you don't have an Alpha Trooper CS12, or if you've not really had the joy of using a springer for a primary, go check one out. And this is, in my opinion, one of the better ones anyway. So go find it, go love it like I have. And yeah, I'm not sure where I was going originally with this, but it ended up being a reminiscing about the Alpha Trooper video. So thanks guys, I'll have more stuff later.